Alright, in this video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial where I share with you the process for creating this chair. This is a fortune chair, and it was inspired by a YouTuber who 3D printed this at full scale and put it all together. And I wanted to tackle that design within Rhino and share with all of you guys the process for doing this. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about Rhino, I'll be sharing more tutorials like this. So make sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. So with that being said, I appreciate you being here, and let's jump right into the tutorial. Alright, so the first thing we'll need for this is an arc. So I'll go here and type in arc. That's going to ask for the center of the arc, so I'll just go to 0 to start at the origin. Then I'll go here to 18 for the length, and then create an arc segment. Then I'll take this arc segment and offset it, so this is going to be the depth. So I'll offset it by 3 here. Now that I have these two, then I'm going to take those two arcs and go to revolve. The start of the axis, it's going to be, we can either pick the beginning and end here, but I'll go to 0 to the end here, and then create an arc this way. So now that we have those, I can delete those base curves. And now let's close off this geometry. So I'll go to loft between these two, loft between these two, and then loft. Or we can actually select those, join them, and then type in cap to create that last one as a solid. So now that we have this segment, this is basically what we need to create the whole chair. So we'll start little by little. Now that we have this segment, we'll go to extrude surface to create the width of it. So this doesn't have to be that large. I'll just go to 3. Then if we want to copy this to the other side, I'll go to mirror from the midpoint and then bring out a line segment. That's going to be the mirror line. Next, we're going to take this geometry and extrude it to create the depth of the on the other side. So extrude surface. I'll pick these 3 and extrude this one this way by 3. All right, so now I need to revolve this segment, but we need to do it the other way. So what I'll do here is do duplicate edge and pick this edge and this edge. Now that I have those duplicated, I can go to revolve. We'll use this center as the axis and then start down here and then rotate it up. I'll select those two and then isolate it. This way I'm just looking at these two because we need to close it off. And we'll do the same thing where we loft the start and the end of this one. Once again, loft these two. And then this one, we will need to loft this one because now that we have this lofted, we can join it and then go to cap to create this last bit and make sure that it is a solid. So now I'll type in show. And so now we've created that section of it. And we need to now extrude this one. So we'll go to extrude surface. Then we'll take this and copy it on the other side. The same way that we did with the other one. We'll go to mirror from the midpoint, bring it out to the other side. Next, we're going to be creating the same gap, but vertically. So I'll go here to extrude surface, then go to 3. And now you're seeing that all we need to do is take the information that we created down here and mirror it above and copy it above. So we can either copy it and rotate it, or the command I like to use is mirror. But when you do the mirror command, you'll go to 3 point and we'll pick the midpoint of this one, bring the line out this way, and create a plane that will copy it this way. So for the most part, now we have the geometry that takes care of the whole chair. And all we need to do now is to bring it together. So let's select this. We'll go to Boolean Union. So the short command is going to be BU. Then we can also now select that line segment that we used to create the sweep or the revolve and get rid of those. We're going to do Boolean Union once again for the top part. Now that's a solid. And then we'll now take the bottom one, see if we can select all of it and do Boolean Union. And now the whole thing is a solid. So the idea here is that we can still expand the size of this. And there's different ways that we could do this. I like to use Control and Shift together to be able to do sub-objects. But you can also click here on sub-objects and be able to go to top view. Let's go to shaded mode. And if you have sub-objects, or if you hold down Control and Shift, you can now select from left to right to make sure that you're only selecting the part that you want to move. Now you can shift this and add, let's say if you wanted this gap to be a little bit larger, or if you want this gap to be a little bit larger this way. Those are things that now we can adjust using that command. Or like I said, sub-objects, same thing. Without holding down Control and Shift, I can now select those specific surfaces and move them around. So let's say, okay, this is exactly what I want. I'll undo sub-objects. And now we're going to be rounding off the edges. So I'll go to Fillet, Edge, Chain Edges. And then I'll go to, if the depth of it is 3, I'll go to 1.3. Select one of the edges, hit enter, enter. And if you do chain edges, it's going to do all of the ones that are connected together. So let's do the exact same thing. So I'll hit spacebar to do the same command, and then go to chain edges, select this edge, enter, enter, or spacebar. And now we're done with creating the geometry. So now I'm selecting the whole thing and deselecting the object to see if there's any geometries that are still left over. And I can get rid of those. So now this takes care of that whole chair design. There's going to be a gap here. This is something else that we could do Control Shift and then move this down. There's going to be some limitations. You don't want to go too far. So with this, now let's go into a rendered mode. Let's go into an Arctic. Now you're seeing that we have a very smooth form with this chair that is a popular design that I've seen online. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll have this model available as well. So like I said, check out the links in the description below. Thank you very much for being here. Hopefully you learned something new and different with Rhino here, and I hope to see you in the next video.